This year we've been offering classes in Slöjd, or Swedish handcrafts, to adults and students here at American Swedish Institute. This is part of ASI's mission, to serve as a gathering place for people to share their stories and experiences related to tradition, immigration, handcrafts, and the arts, especially as they are tied to Sweden. The idea of making beautiful and useful objects from natural materials is prevalent in many different cultures, including in Sweden. Take a look at how we're introducing these crafts right here in Minnesota.
My name is Joel McKinney. I'm, amongst other things, a ceramicist. I'm here at the American Swedish Institute to conduct some workshops, both adult workshops and children's workshops, on ceramic tile. We have two classes. In the morning we have an adult class, in the afternoon we have a children's class. Both are a lot of fun. There are a couple of different ways of doing. For this class, everybody in here has actually started with a slab roller that takes prepared clay and smushes it down into a nice flat sheet. Then you cut out whatever size you want out of that. Some of the people have been doing set traditional tile, some have been doing oversized pieces, art pieces. A few pieces were actually done with freeform, you know, whatever the shape that comes out of the roller. And you can mush it around. You can shape it very, very easily into pretty much anything you want. All kinds of things can be pressed into the clay for different surfaces and different textures. Bark, pumice, leaves, grasses. A lot of people carve, you know, actually carve away the surface. The other option is additive, where you actually add layers to the clay. We use two different coloring processes. One is underglaze, which is actually a clay body, very much like the slip that we use to glue the clay together, except that it has metal oxides in it to make the colors. Underglaze doesn't melt. It's very much like paint in that where you put it on the clay, it stays right exactly there. The other coloring process we used is actually a glaze. And glaze is a glass. It does melt. It makes a protective surface, glossy surface on the surface of the clay, but it does melt, it does move around. So you can't put two colors side by side together without having them mix. Some of the detailing was done with incising. Some of the detailing was done by adding relief. Some of the detailing was done by adding underglaze, which stays where it is. And then overall detailing was often done by adding a colored or a clear glaze. After the students have finished the clay work here, we take it back to our studio, finish drying it. We have a drying alley, and then we will fire it. Some of the pieces are going to be in a show that'll be here in the spring of 2011.